Hello, my paranormal peeps, and welcome back to another Deep Woods Paranormal podcast. My name is Matt Harvey. I am the founder and lead investigator with Deep Woods Paranormal. My wife and I, along with others, investigate everything paranormal in nature. Every week, we will discuss everything from creepy haunted locations to ghosts to Bigfoot, UFOs, Dogman, and other cryptid creatures, and explore all things paranormal in nature. Okay, guys, this is part two of the 2024 plans slash Bigfoot. Will you find Bigfoot in 2024? So I'm going to continue my conversation. Like I said before in the last podcast, it just got a little long. So here we go. Yeah, so the Sabine National Forest, this is full of Bigfoots. I mean, Joe's camp. I mean, I don't know if they were living on his property, but they were definitely on his property a lot, and literally they'd come down through the sides of his property. His property was like a football field. If you've seen Joe's camp or you've heard me talking about Joe's camp a million times, um, they used to come down the sides of his property and cross across the road into the national forest. But they'd also hunt on his property, and he had freshwater springs on his property. So it was a wealth of resources for them, and they would come down and basically hang out. And then we had daytime sightings of them. Multiple people, everybody but Amanda, unfortunately, saw one. And then my friend Christy saw one cross the road. All right, so I don't want to keep harping on the same things. Let's keep going. So definitely want to go back to the Sabine National Forest. Caddo Lake. I mean, everybody knows about Caddo Lake. This is where, a lot of Bigfoot reports come from. Let me go into Caddo Lake. Problem with Caddo Lake right now is that they're requiring a permit to essentially come in and film. So, it's very swampy. This area is very swampy, but you can see, there's pens all the way around this, Bigfoot pens all the way around this. Some inside. I know Caddo Lake State Park has had multiple sightings. I mean, people have seen them, they've heard them, and stuff like that. So, yeah, another place I'd like to go camp and quietly do some filming, if you will, just documenting our vacation. Hint, hint, document our vacation. And if we happen to see something, that's great. Let me show you guys some photos. So this is what Caddo Lake looks like. If you've not seen Caddo Lake, the water is it's creepy. It's like black. It looks like the water looks like it's black, and it's so quiet. It's terribly quiet. And so essentially this is what Caddo Lake looks like. And they have little cabins that you can stay at. A lot of people go canoeing out here. And if you go out here and you're going to stay in the swamp, you better be careful because there is a lot of snakes and a lot of alligators and stuff like that. But yeah, this is what it looks like. A lot of old man's beard, a lot of old trees. But I mean, it's very swampy, very, it's a great place for a Bigfoot, if you will. It's also a great place to camp and fish and hike and whatever else. So, but yeah, I mean, it's a cool place. I definitely went. We went there. We've been there twice, I think, Amanda and I. But I love the flash flood warning on for Texas here. But yeah, it's a cool place, and there's a lot of ground to be covered. Really need to meet with people that have had experiences here. We do work with another group that actually is spending a lot of time out here right now. And so once they kind of home in on some locations, we're hoping to go out with them and do some research out there and document our experiences, if you will. So here's a place I've never been. Fairchild State Forest, and there's a lot of forested areas out there that basically look like they'd be awesome to check out. Um, let's see, it's only one picture, unfortunately. But yeah, I would like to go check this area out. Let's look at the map real quick. and see where this is. So let's switch this to. Okay, so I think this is just, I think it's northeast. Oh no, yeah, just northeast of us. So this again is out in a Bigfoot area. I mean, all the pens are gone, but this is a very there's a lot of reports out here. I can just go back to the map here. It's real close to Palestine. Let me put this in here. Okay. And again, it removed. Oh no, it didn't. There we go. So you can see it's kind of in the middle of these pens here where there's been Bigfoot sightings. So it makes me wonder if this section of land here, if there's not more activity in around here. Um, it's very forested. I'd like to go check it out. Looks like there's a river here. And you got the Neches River National Wildlife Refuge, which is great. That means there's no hunters. And you got the Neches River here coming through that area. And then let's see what's around it. You got, oh yeah, you got lots of pins in and around it. Like I said, this whole section of Texas and the Texas Louisiana border is just a hot spot for Bigfoot activity. So, anyways, that's a place I've got to check out. I also wanted to go back to Bastrop State Park. If you've seen some of our previous videos, let's see if I can find it on here. Now, this is an area I think might be a pumping ground. And you're going, Matt, but it's right in the middle of civilization. Well, if you've ever been here, this area is very forested. It is. It's really forested. And essentially you get the Mississippi, not the Mississippi, excuse me, the Colorado River that runs right next to this, if I can find the right area. Let's see. I know that says state park there. So let me go out and see if I can find my pens. And it kicked that off the map. Okay, so you got Bastrop. Here we go. Okay, so that's the state park up there, and you can see it's very forest. Basically, it's a big open area of land. But if you come over here, so this is the Bastrop County National Park, and here's the Colorado River. And I've walked from here to here, and of course, there's UFO sightings over here too. But this area on this other side of the forest, this is a really thick covered area where basically there's not a lot of people. And this area here is it's all full of deer. This whole section is full of deer, you have water, you have concealment. I mean, it's a perfect place for Bigfoot. And then if you come up here, you can see there's a lot of homes. But this whole area is all forest and it's all deer. There's so many deer in this area. I mean, there's just basically a non-stop place where you can just I could walk up and grab a deer myself if I wanted to. There's a golf course that's along here. That when you drive down here, here's the golf course. This whole area here, it's all there's like hundreds of deer just laying down or eating the grass on the golf course. It's insane. And I mean, if you walk down here, you walk down close to the river, this is all concealed here. And I showed you guys a picture a long time ago. I don't know if this will let me drop. Where was that one place? Um, anyways, I did it. Oh, here it is. Here's the place. So if I can get to drop this guy in here, let me see something here. This picture, there's an old picture here where there was a Bigfoot literally in the picture. I don't know if I can zoom in. Let me see if I can find this again. If you're listening to this, you're welcome to come on to the YouTube or Rumble channel and take a look at the video. I don't know what section we're in. No, this is not the same picture. I don't think. Okay, I don't see it anymore. But when I first was scrolling through here when we were analyzing Bastrop, there was a strange, I can't zoom in anymore. I think over in this area, there was something standing here. So when they drove by, something obviously was curious and came out to take a look. And there was a Bigfoot somewhere in one of these pictures, I think. So I can't say 100% it was a Bigfoot, but there was something standing there. It was tall and black, and essentially it was just watching. But yeah, this whole area, I mean, you can see how wooded this is. And back here. So, anyways, let's see if we can get out of here. Yeah. So this whole section here, this looks like a tiny area, but you could come up here and bed down. Now, I think there's juveniles that are up in here, along this Riverside Drive. I think they're in here. I think they're in this area. People have reported hearing tree knocks and stuff like that over in this campsite. And they also say it's haunted, and they also say it's there's UFOs and stuff. I mean, if you come out here, look at how open this is. There's nothing out here, guys. There's nothing. This is a big chunk of open land. This looks tiny, but it's huge. But in this section here, I mean, this is a perfect area just to come conceal yourself. I mean, you could easily, I could hang out there. I could hang out on that island. I could probably camp out. I could probably do a whole, what they call it. Um, oh, I forget what they call it. But anyways, it's a type of camping where basically you're hiding, and you film yourself camping in a location overnight, and the whole idea is to be in a place where you could get caught, but you're trying not to get caught, and you're filming yourself the whole time. I'll remember what it is after I'm done. But anyways, definitely want to go back here, especially with the better gear that we have now. I really want to go back and slow down and really take a couple days. Maybe we'll come down here and camp with the Happy Glamper and just continue to explore this area. Maybe leave some trail cams out. Maybe we can get some of these on camera. The 3 times I've been here, I've seen Bigfoots all 3 times, and they're not big. They're juveniles. They're like my height, my width. They're about 6 foot to 7 foot. They're not huge, and they're not bulked out yet. And then possibly caught one on a tree. So you guys will have to go back and watch that video. Anyways, let's see. What's Fairchild? We already did that. Bastrop, and there was one more. So this is the Caddo Grasslands. Let me look this up too. I've never been here. There's no reports up here. Well, I can't say I haven't been there. I probably driven by it, but let's find this area. If you're up here, this is up just this is the one that's northwest of Dallas. Let's see. Caddo National Grasslands. So if we do directions, okay. So here again is a really kind of secluded area. There's a pin here and a pin over here, and that's pretty much it. There's pins kind of around this area. If you circle this area, and again, this is going to be a vast area of territory. But I imagine, look at there's what is this? I can't read that. I can't read the name of that river, but there's a lake here. And then you get another lake up here. It says Coffee Mill Lake. And so imagine this area is another very forested area. Let's see if we can get some pictures. Maybe I can go back and see if I can find. There we go. All right, so here's some pictures. It is forested. It may not be as forested as some of these other locations we've been to. Oh, look at that. I'm guessing those are hoof prints from horses. So people probably ride horses up here quite a bit. But look at this. I mean, this is a good area for a Bigfoot. I mean, this is totally, as they say, uh, a Bigfoot area. I don't want to use that other words because I don't want to get in trouble, but yeah, I mean, look at this. Little rivers, a lot of horseshoes. They must do a lot of horseback riding up here and probably ATVs and stuff like that. But I mean, this is a very Bigfoot like area. There's a deer. Okay, so we have deer. Here's some deer prints. Yeah, I mean, you guys are kind of doing the research with me if you're listening still or watching. But yeah, I mean, this area it looks to be very. What's that? Oh, it's a shadow. It's another deer. I think it's the same picture. But anyways, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of area that we're going to cover this year. And as you can see, all the pins. We are going to investigate over in Austin. We are going to investigate over in the San Antonio region. I'm working with another friend of mine on doing that. But like I said, this area here from San Antonio to Fort Worth, Dallas to Houston, there's just a big chunk of land. I'm sorry, I'm getting calls like crazy right now. Um, so yeah, if if you have any reports you want to make for Bigfoot, please do contact us. We're going to be researching this area. I don't know if I answered all the questions. Oh, somebody's coming to the door too. This is going to get real loud real quick here. Okay, so let me answer the rest of the questions people asked. Okay, guys. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. The dogs are going crazy. So where do I look for Bigfoot? I can't answer that question. Where do I need to look for Bigfoots? I mean, literally, you can go out and explore these areas yourself. And like I said, if you do go out to some of these locations and you do have an experience, please contact us. I'd love to hear about your experience. Um, so I'm sorry, my phone is going absolutely crazy here. All you really need is your eyes and your ears. Go out and take your time. Remember, nature does not move at the same speed as we do. You got to really slow down, open your eyes, open your ears, take your time. You might go 100 feet. I mean, on some investigations, we don't really walk around too much. You see us in the same area because we're having so many experiences in that area. We don't have to move. I've put us in the place where I know we have a very good chance of experiencing something. So if you like the Joe's camp, we never had to go anywhere. We could just stand there and look around. I mean, stuff happened all around us, and we try to document it as best we can. And Bastrop, you do have to walk a little bit, but not much. But these places, if you go into the right places, you can just stand there and observe. And hopefully you have, if you go at night, try and take a night vision camera and get yourself a IR flashlight. They're not very expensive. I got a couple for, I got 3 or 4 for about $100. I think they're about $20 each, between $20 and $30. Get a good one. Get one with a high rate of light, and then make sure you get some kind of camera that can see IR. The better the camera, the better your chances of actually being able to see something. It'll be less grainy and stuff like that. You want as high a megapixels as you can get. At least 12, if not more. All of our stuff's about 15 to 18 megapixels. So, and some of our cameras are higher than that. And then our professional cameras, like our Nikons, depends on which lens we use and stuff like that. So, and then audio recorders. Well, actually, this here, um, this is actually one of the best audio recorders out there. This is my iPhone. What doesn't matter if you use an iPhone, another camera, another phone. You have a video camera on here. Here, let me stop sharing my screen because it's okay. So on your phone, you have a video recorder. You have an audio recorder. You can download an audio recorder. Get a good download. They're free. Get a good audio recorder that you can download onto your computer. Um, whether you use, Google Photos and then basically just our Google Drive and upload it to your Google Drive and then upload it from your computer so you can listen to it. We use something called WavePad Editor. Let me see if I can go share my screen again. Hold on a second. Bear with me, guys. I'll show you what we use. Let me just make this smaller. I use something called WavePad Editor. And what this allows you to do, you can do so many different things with this. This is actually for recording music. So let me just show you the waves. So if I go here, let me actually open like another podcast. Come on, open. Slower than slow. Okay, so we go to podcast, all podcasts. This is an old podcast. So this is just an audio. This will just show you what the audio looks like if it ever opens. This is a big file, so that's taking a little bit longer. Okay, so yeah, you can see the waves. So what I do is I open this up. I hit the plus, which makes it so I can zoom in. Um, Whether you're ghost hunting or you're doing Bigfoot research, you basically like if I'm ghost hunting and you can see this space here, this might be in between. Let's just say I'm looking for an EVP and I'm listening and I hear something right here. You'll see where I'm talking, and then you might see something like this right here. Now I'll play this. I don't think there's going to be anything here. It's just kind of a staticky noise. If I listen back with headphones or I actually turn the volume way up on the speakers, there might actually be a voice there. And if you listen to our podcasts, you possibly sometimes might hear something. I'm usually alone when I'm doing these podcasts. So if you're listening back through these podcasts, um, you might actually hear something. So, anyways, but yeah, that's what we use for Bigfoot research. We take audio recorders out. We have audio recorders that are, I've gone through many audio recorders, Olympus, Sony, you name it, the brand, I probably have bought it and tried it out. But we use audio recorders that I found that actually, somebody actually contacted me from, I don't know where they're from, but they contacted me and said, hey, these are normally like $400 or $500 audio recorders. I'll give it to you for $20. And I'm like, oh, okay. So we took it out in the field, tried it, and I was like, wow, it focuses more on the voice, which if you take an audio recorder out to the woods, you're going to hear the crickets, you're going to hear the chirping, you're going to hear every last noise, and it's all going to be pretty much at the same level. But what's cool about this audio recorder is it essentially, and there's other audio recorders, you can change the settings so that it focuses more on your voice. But this one does it automatically. It will focus in on, the voices mainly. So if I'm talking, it'll reduce the other noises around us and focus more on a voice. And why is that important for Bigfoot research? When you hear a scream, when you hear a tree branch snap, when you hear a whoop, you hear anything like something walking, it will focus in on that. And essentially, that'll be the main focus so that you're not getting crickets and everything while you're hearing that. You can't, you have to try and sit there and listen for that noise. But those noises are a lot more prominent when we go back and use this audio recorder. So, okay, so audio recorder, video camera. Your cell phone is a great thing. You have video camera on your phone. You have an audio recorder on your phone. You have a flashlight. You have compass. You have all that stuff. You have a map. You can download maps. You can do all kinds of stuff with your phone. This is like a really good Bigfooting piece of gear. So that's Chance back there. Um, all right. Are you going to have any? I already talked about the Bigfoot expeditions. How long have I been researching Bigfoot? I've been doing Bigfoot research since about 2011, so 13 years now, 14 years. I don't know. What made you get into Bigfoot research? Well, I didn't really believe in Bigfoot until I had my first encounter. I've talked about it many times. If you guys want to go back and listen to the older podcast, you'll be able to hear me, talk about that in great detail. But after that, I mean, what happens with Bigfoots? Okay, so when you have a Bigfoot encounter, like an actual sighting, and again, I'll repeat this. I've said this so many times. People are like, oh, probably like, okay, that makes sense. Hopefully you're saying that. I always telling everybody, it doesn't matter what it is, Bigfoot, ghost, UFO, alien, whatever paranormal, river monster, cryptid, Bigfoot, whatever. You have to have an experience where you can say it couldn't be anything else but. You know what I mean? You have to be able to eliminate everything else and only be able to leave Bigfoot in there. Because if I bring you a video or an audio clip and you're listening to it or watching it and you go, and maybe you're a hunter, maybe you're, an avid outdoorsman, maybe you're, an audio specialist, maybe you're a video specialist, maybe you're, whatever, you're some kind of expert in some kind of field, or maybe you're just very knowledgeable of different things and you're very quick to see or hear things and stuff like that. Uh, if I present something to you, I don't want you to be able to go through and pick it apart. Let's put it that way. I don't want you to be able to go, oh, well, Matt, that's this, or Matt, that's that. I mean, I've had some of the noises that we've recorded out in the field where we just didn't know what it was. And somebody goes, oh, that's a deer. And they play me that deer call. And it's like, damn it. Well, at least and it's a learning experience. This is all about learning and, you know, trying to challenge yourself to learn more about what is and what isn't this and that and the other thing. But it's fun too. It should be fun. If you're not having fun while you're out doing this, then you probably shouldn't be doing this. Whatever your motivation is for going out to look for a Bigfoot or ghosts or whatever, it should be something you enjoy. Because if you don't enjoy it, it becomes a job and then basically it just will burn you out. And I've had a lot of people leave because they just, it's a lot of work. So anyways, that's pretty much what got me into the Bigfoot research is experiencing it for myself. And then I became a believer and then I became a knower. And the more I was hooked. So either with a Bigfoot experience, you either have the, oh my gosh, it's real, and then you become excited about it, um, and you want to do more research into it, or you essentially go, okay, I'm done, hands off. I'm not going back in those woods, or I'm not going back in the woods. And that happens with a lot of hunters and stuff like that. They have an experience and they're like, I'm not going back out there. It terrifies them. And then you get people that are like, I think I know what I saw, but I need more information and stuff like that. So they're on the fence. I mean, there's a lot of different reactions and stuff like that. There is no 100% this or that, but I was one of those people that was like hooked. Once I saw one, I was like a kid in a candy store. I called Amanda and she just rolled her eyes, and I'm sure I can visualize her rolling her eyes. She's like, yeah, yeah, okay, whatever. You know? But she does go out with me in the field and she does try to experience things. And I mean, she's heard the tree knocks and she's heard the screams and the howls and the whoops and stuff like that. But she's never physically seen one, which is cool. So, like I said, she's my skeptic, and I try and be skeptical too, especially with my own evidence. But she keeps me honest. Anyways, guys, I'm sure this has gone way past a half an hour. So thanks for listening to me ramble on. Those are our 2024 plans is to go look for Bigfoot for at least the first 6 to 8 months of the year and probably the last couple, 3 or 4 months as well. We will be researching Bigfoot almost nonstop. We'll mix some ghost hunting in there. We'll mix some UFO research in there and stuff like that, unless something else comes in. We don't really document our going into homes. And sometimes that happens. We get 3 or 4 cases in a row where we're helping people in their homes, dealing with ghosts or whatever it is, demonic activity. And so there might be a gap in our research that you guys at least see publicly, but it's because we're out there trying to help somebody, and that comes first. That always comes first. We put our research first. So anyways, guys, thanks for listening to me ramble on. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell down there, whatever platform you're on, whether you're listening audibly or on our Rumble or YouTube channel. It helps us continue to get our content out there and helps us gain followers and whatever else. And if you do me a favor, if you like this video or this audio clip, please do me a favor and share it on your social media, because again, that helps us to continue to get more followers and get our content out to more people and our research. So, anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for listening. We appreciate you, and we will catch you on the next one.